Welcome to Grimm Gals.
Bonus edition.
Bonus boner.
I like that.
Let's just fucking roll in, man. I'm
Yeah.
dropping F-bombs on the top. Let's just go. It's I feel
Spicy
like
death.
Dracula. No, with
You,
my hair.
yes,
Slick.
I like the Dracula. Because you dyed your hair super white blonde. I love it.
I'm white blonde. I'm looking a little
love.
grandma.
Little grandma, no.
Uh-oh.
Watch out with your boobs, remember?
My boob might pop out.
Oh, yeah, you're going to censor it.
Whenever I'm on stage, because that's a common thing for me, that my boob might pop out, because I'm always wearing like outfits that look good when I put them on, but like are impractical to be moving around with.
Right.
And so I always say to the audience, if my boob pops out, yell bingo.
Yeah.
Yell bingo if my boob pops out. Okay, so we did our season finale episode of the Spice Edition second season. I think last season went great. Our finale, we did all the spicy food that wasn't really that spicy.
I know, I'm very disappointed about that still.
Very disappointed. But basically, we had a couple extra studio sessions, and we decided why not combo. So that's why we got you in the Reaper. I'm a little devilish, and we're trying to get that spicy death situation.
Yes.
And we don't even really know what that means, but it ultimately is just kind of like we're going to mix up a little passion, mix up a little death, and basically just have a free-flowing couple episodes to cusp us in between our second and third season.
I was thinking maybe you can be like, of course we can interchange conversation. Maybe you could be more of the spice.
Okay.
And that could be more of like the death, you know? But of course we can still interchange. I'm not saying we have to only be that, you know?
Heat and dark. So one thing that I shared with you that I thought would make sense for this is crimes of passion.
Yes, I was reading it on the way here.
I'm really excited to get back into the Grimm next season.
There's been so much grimness happening. Yesterday I was watching Hulu, and there's a certain brand of like smoothie that has all these advertisements centered around death. I don't know if you've seen them. They're like those, I forget the name right now of the brand, but they're the whole catch is that when you're feeling hungry, but also this, and like the three that I've seen is one that the hamster, I guess the kid's hamster died and his mom replaced it with a new hamster. So the whole catch
is this is a commercial.
This is a commercial, but like of course we don't see a hamster dead. It's just it's implied like it goes when your hamster has woken up for a very long sleep and the kid's looking at a picture and looking at the hamster. You know, drink this protein shake or whatever. And then the other one was about somebody dying, like literally dying. And it was a guy at his aunt's funeral. And then they go, oh, well, your aunt's dead, but you didn't inherit a bunch of money. And he's like wiping his tears with money. And I was like, this is crazy. That we're on a whole trend right now with the death stuff.
Yeah, we're trend starters. Obviously, they're all tuning in to Grimm Gals, and they're knowing what's going on. Yeah, we're starting this death train. Speaking of hamsters, do you know, I think this was a viral reel that went viral like a couple years ago, but it was basically talking about how hamsters do go into hibernation. And so how many people thought that their hamsters were dead and buried them alive, basically.
I never heard that.
And it made me go back because I had hamsters, and I had a hamster that I think we thought, I mean, I thought he died, but now that I think about it, I'm like, maybe he was just hibernating and we buried him alive, which is terrible.
Do you think he knows how to like get out of that? Like, does he know how to like swim or not swim, but dig himself out of the grave?
First off, he was probably dead. He was in his little hamster house.
Okay.
And we couldn't get him out. He like bloated. He was like really big, so we couldn't get him out of his hole. Well, I don't know, because we couldn't get him out. Like he was just like stuffed in there, which maybe when they hibernate, I don't know, maybe they like bloat and store, who knows. But either way, we couldn't get him out. So we buried him inside the house, but we buried him inside the house, inside a box, in the ground.
Oh, damn.
There's no, he ain't getting out of that.
He's not getting out.
He ain't getting out of that. No.
There's reminds me of when my cat got run over by a car, and I was freaking out. And I mean, I think he was dead. I believe he was dead. He got hit by a car. He wasn't breathing. He was lifeless. We put him in a plastic bag and we buried him in the my backyard. And I freaked out later in the day, and I went. I dug him up.
I think we talked about this in the first season.
Yeah, and I touched the bag, and it was still warm, and I was freaking out that maybe he was alive. He just got knocked unconscious or something. You know, could that be possible?
I mean,
I'm not a veterinarian. Like,
it's hard because it's like, did you check a kitten pulse? Like, did you, you know what I mean?
It was
Like,
dead
it's not.
it wasn't moving for a while.
It was probably dead. It was probably dead. I don't know. I'm gonna get too emotional if we keep talking about dog.
But let's talk
and
about
I don't.
deaths.
I love. I could talk about human death all day long, and then animals. I'm like, no, let's not do that.
No. I'm so excited you sent me this because you know I'm a nut for this. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I listen to one crime story every day to go to sleep. And
Psycho.
I know. I love that the first one is about a comedian whose wife killed him. That was very interesting to me. Like, he was a comedian. Apparently, his wife was on was a drug addict. I don't know what drug.
Did you not know him?
No, I had no idea who it is. Phil Hartman.
You didn't know he was on SNL. So Phil Hartman. The crazy thing about Phil Hartman and me personally, not that big a deal, but I was in Hawaii, and he was in Hawaii with his family like weeks before this happened, or months before. So I saw him in Hawaii with his family. And like even like talk to him, and then like shortly after this whole thing went down. Which
oh my
was
goodness!
insane because I was like, oh my god! But yeah, he was in SNL. He was a comedian. I obviously was pretty young at that time. I was a young teen when this happened, so I didn't realize that why his wife killed him. I just like, I didn't realize there was drugs involved and stuff like that. It makes a lot more sense now, but. Yeah. Very funny guy, very sweet guy, kind of very sad. And like she killed herself too. So then her kids are orphaned. Like, so we were kind of off camera talking about like, would you kill like a crime of passion? Would you would you go to those lengths of killing somebody because either the relationship's not working out, or they cheated, or they want to end it? Like, would you go that? How far would you go?
Honestly, like, I would say, like, I don't want to because I want to deal with, like, the legal aspect of it and the whole getting rid of the body. It just seems like a lot to commit to, personally.
So you would do it, like, when you're thinking about doing it, you're doing it and trying to get away with it. Yes.
If I can get away with it, and I know I can get away with it, there's probably, like, one person in my life that I would definitely kill. But I'm not going to do it. The reality is I'm not going to do it. It's too much. You know, it's too much. You know what I mean?
That's so funny. I don't think I've ever fantasized about killing anybody, even when like they've wronged me. I'm just like, I feel like life is hard enough, and if you're doing some shady stuff to people, it's your karma's gonna get you. Like, I don't need to get you, kind of thing.
But I get why they commit suicide, because I feel like if I kill somebody, I might as well kill myself, because I'm just gonna get in trouble now. You know, I'm gonna go to jail. It's gonna be crazy. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh yeah.
You know?
And maybe if I didn't have kids and my husband was like, I loved them so much and then they just broke my heart, maybe I would be like, okay, you're dead and I'm done. You know, like, because I can't go on, and I don't want you to live and keep living.
Yeah. But I'm kind of mad at her, though, because obviously he was making good bank.
Yeah.
For her to be doing all these drugs, and then she killed him.
Because she had drugs. Obviously, he was making money. Otherwise, he was supporting your drug habit.
I think so. I mean,
it sounds
was he
like
famous? I don't know.
Yeah, he was pretty famous. But it was one of those things where he wanted her to stop doing the drugs, and she's like, "You're kind of killing my good time."
Damn, I wonder what drugs it was. Do you know? Cocaine, maybe?
I mean, let's think. It's got to be like an upper, some sort of amphetamine, because you don't really like kill somebody like on a downer. So it's probably like crystal or coke, or, you know, one of those that like really distorts reality, but like makes you a little hyped.
Crazy?
A little hyped, yeah.
The second one is great. I've heard of this one. The lady who cut the guy's dick off. Well, she only cut 2 centimeters off, and they were able to put it back.
But was it 2 centimeters? Because 2 centimeters, 2.5 centimeters. How is it?
I mean, think about it.
Is not inches.
True, yeah, but you know, a dick is like elasticy, right? Like, it's, I don't know.
It kind of sounds like she just gave him a circumcision.
Yeah, she didn't even cut that much off. I could have sworn I read a story about a lady who truly cut the dick off in the shaft and threw it out the window. That's a more recent one, but it wasn't here.
No, this sounds like she wanted him to be Jewish. Like, it doesn't really sound like that it was that much. And she got away with this too because apparently he raped her, which since when do courts believe women about that? That's pretty progressive for the 90s.
Yeah. See, this is like a short little blur, but like it says here, not guilty due to her husband's sexual abuse and her insanity that spurred this wild crime of fat passion. I mean, I get
Fat
it.
passion.
I get it. Like, I can see why this man will drive a woman insane to a
Just
point
by
where
his picture.
well, you know, it's just in general. Men kind of drive women insane sometimes, you know, with their bullshit and their gaslighting and their I don't know what else, you know. So I can see why she went to the lengths of cutting his dick. What was happening? I need to read the story more. Like
he had to have been asleep. Because how else, unless she tied him up, how else is he allowing her to chop the tip of his dick off?
With a scissor, I imagine. She can't do it with the knife. With the knife, she has to hold it and cut it.
I think it had to be scissors, but I feel like it almost has to be like hedge cuttery, like big industrial scissors. Because how are you just getting like little kitchen shears to chop it?
I was thinking kitchen shears. I was thinking like where you cut meat. You know how you cut meat with those big, big. They're tough. They're tough.
Yeah, okay.
I have some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yes.
The next one, the Mary Jo Buttafuoco. So it's funny because I'm pretty sure they made a movie out of this called I Love You to Death with Tracy Ullman and Kevin Kline. And I think that was what this was based off of. But obviously the real story is different because in this article, it says that the mistress shot the wife. In the movie, it's the wife hires a hitman to try to kill the husband, but it's the same thing. He gets shot in the head and lives and whatever, and she doesn't really get away with it. So, but I think it's based off of the same thing, except in that movie it's like a pizzeria and this is like a mechanic. So maybe it's not exactly the same, but it's the same kind of concept of like New Yorker Italian, you know, like, and it's like Joey. Well,
what was weird about this one is that the mistress came in to kill the wife.
I know,
but I was like kind of rereading it fast. So the actual mistress came to tell the wife that, hey, I'm sleeping with your husband, and his wife and from what I understand, the wife was like, whatever, get out of here, little girl, and she freaked out and like shot her. Is that what I'm reading?
That's kind of what it says, but it also says not even that I'm sleeping with your husband. It says that he's having an affair with my little sister, which makes it sound like, first of all, this guy's kind of pedophile at this point.
Yeah, definitely pedophile.
These girls are in their teens. But what I would think is that the mistress, he probably did cheat. If he already cheated once, he was probably cheating again with the sister.
Right.
So, but why would you want to kill the wife out of all this? Kill him.
Yeah. I think this was like, it was weird because like, okay, so they were fucking. Her and Amy were fucking, it seems. And then Amy got mad because he started fucking her sister. Mm-hmm. So then she came and killed his wife. She should have killed the sister. She should have taken out her passion on the sister because obviously she was jealous. Or maybe
kill the man.
Yes, kill him. I mean,
but
she
I guess
obviously
she wanted to be with him.
Yeah.
So in the movie, which I think it's too.
I Love
too
You
close.
to Death. Is that what it's called?
I Love You to Death. And it's good. It's funny. I mean, it's dated, but it's funny. But in that movie, she finds out that he's been cheating on her all over town. Mm-hmm. And she hires hitmen that are like totally like doofuses, like stoner.
It was a comedy.
It's a comedy.
Oh,
it's hilarious.
Okay. I gotta look it up because I saw something else. That wasn't it.
Oh no, it's very funny. Yeah. But maybe I'm confusing it. But either way, great film. Similar concept. Man cheating. Someone gets shot in the head. Lives through it. You know, which is crazy that in this real life article,
she only served 7 years though. 7 years is not a long time.
Yeah, well, I've seen some crazy ass crimes for like not that much time, which is also why maybe people commit crimes. Like, obviously, it depends on your skin tone, but
that's
like,
true. Yeah.
There's some people that I'm like, I did the worst thing and I'll never do it again. But I looked up sex offenders list. Like, you can look up the sex offenders list, like anyone can.
I haven't done that.
And you can see all the sex offenders that live around you. And I did this in New York. So obviously tons of sex offenders in New York everywhere because there's just 8 million people. Like they're gonna be. Yeah. And the crazy thing is like how I don't even understand how they can even live in New York because you're all stacked on top of each other. You can never be that far away from children. There's going to be children near you, which is like a sex offender is supposed to live a certain radius away from playgrounds, from schools, whatever. So I don't even understand how they can live in New York, but they do. And the worst thing is if you look up the sex offender list, this has been quite some time since I did it, so maybe it's changed, but probably not. You see their mugshot. And you see the crimes that they committed, and you see how much time they served. And there was like a haunting image. I'll never get this mugshot out of my head. Oh, no. It's just like one of the most like disturbing, scary looking dudes ever.
Can you describe him a little bit?
So he was a big. You could tell he was big, like big sized dude, giant head, whatever. He had like kind of
was he bald?
No, he was a big black man with crazy like hair that was just sticking up like every which way. Just kind of looked like a homeless, like
unkept.
Yeah, like he definitely didn't run a pick through his hair in a long time, and he had crazy eyes and missing teeth, and just he looked homeless. He looked like an unhoused person, but like the eyes, like everything says a lot in the eyes, and the eyes looked like black demon dark eyes.
Yeah.
And it had said how he had like sodomized and whatever a 2-year-old boy.
What? And 2 years old? They're so tiny.
2 years old.
Can't imagine.
And he only got like 13 months.
What? 13 months.
And it was like, how?
What happened to the little boy? Did he live? Was he okay?
Yeah, he didn't kill him.
Okay.
And hopefully he doesn't remember that much, but too, you can remember some stuff. And it was lots of that. It was a lot of like the sex crimes. They actually don't get that much time. Like it was, I think the most time I saw on that list, and I looked through quite a few, was like maybe 7 years. Like most of them only get a couple years. And I'm like, that's you're crazy. Damaging someone for their whole life. And you're only getting a couple months in there. Granted, especially pedophiles and sex offenders who go into prison, a lot of them like they're the first ones to get abused and the first ones to get attacked. And so, like, yeah, they might not be in there as long, but I'm sure what's happening to them in there is, like, horrific. And maybe that's also why it's, like, harder to protect them, control them, like, as a guard.
I'm just wondering how the hell he got in, like, around a 2-year-old little boy. Like, what was that about? Could have been a 2-year-old little homeless boy that's, like, someone's child. You know what I mean?
This guy looked homeless. I would assume the kid maybe it was in
some homeless shelter.
Yeah, like in a shelter or something like that. It's just all of it, but it's depressing, and you'll see, and a lot of them are of like kids. They're not like teens. It's a lot of it is like
I never
were
understood.
Abusing real
little kids, right? I can't even imagine because I'm not around kids, but when I see the kids, they're so tiny. They're like little Pokemon.
Yeah, why would you ever think this is sexual?
Like, that's what I'm saying. I can't even in my mind even fathom them for a second. Like these little tiny Pokemon kids running around, you know?
Pokemon kids.
Yeah, because you know how we're like the evolved versions of our little selves.
We're all Pokemons. Yeah.
I can't even.
Well, the crazy thing, it's kind of like with one last thing to talk about kids and then get off of it. But when you see a kid that's adorable. And a lot of older generations, they did it to me. I'm sure they did it. I still hear them do it. They'll be like, "Oh wow, you're gonna be such a looker. All the boys are gonna chase you when you're older." Like they start already. Do you have a boyfriend when you're like 5 years old? And it's like they already are starting this kind of like sexual thing. It's like, why can't you just be a kid? I don't know if I'm attractive or not yet. I'm just trying to have fun. Like, why are you putting this stuff on kids and making them think in this way? And because that was put on me as a young age. I never do it to kids, but my brain goes there. Like, I'll see a kid and I'm like, wow, they're going to be so beautiful when they're older. Mm-hmm. But instead of doing that, I'm kind of like, wow, you're a really beautiful person now. Like, let's not fantasize of what you're going to be. Let's let you be now. And I'll be like, you're adorable now. You're cute now. But also you're fun, you're smart, you're creative. Like,
there are people.
Other things aside from just like a physical beauty, but...
Well, you know, some kids grow up to be kind of fugly, and we know this because of, child stars. You know, like some child stars, they're not looking that cute no more. So.
Well, you know how they have on the stickers on Instagram where it's like, clock in what you looked like as a kid, and you see some of your friends, and you're like, damn,
that's so sad.
Damn, you did not age well. Like that shit is expired.
Well, one person I looked up, I think her name is, you remember the movie, with the three with Bette Midler, and
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus. You know, the little girl from that.
Yeah.
I looked her up. Okay.
Yeah.
She was so cute as a child star when she was like Thora Birch.
Yeah.
Okay, so in her 20s she was gorgeous. I mean, she was beautiful. But then like now in her 40s, bitch, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Is she 40s? I think she's like our age.
No, she's in her 40s now. I was like, what? It's like her 40 got so much bigger than it was. I was just like, whoa. I feel bad because I was like, she was so gorgeous in her 20s and like, and then I don't know what happened, girl. Like, I don't know what happened.
Well, there's a saying that we're all beautiful when we're young. And it's crazy how mean kids are to each other. Because if you look back at even the kids that might have gotten bullied, most of them are kind of adorable. Like youth is beautiful, and there is something that I feel like you're not fully grown into your features and all this stuff yet, that like it is like you look back and you're like, oh, everyone looks like healthy and like adorable, sweet, maybe not hot, but like cute, whatever.
I can't imagine.
But when you age, then all of a sudden, like I feel like things keep growing. Your nose keeps growing, your ears keeps growing, like maybe your forehead, maybe hairline obviously goes back, so there's just things that happen that like, aren't as kind.
But, I think when it comes to like grown as adults who like, are predators like that with children or, people that are younger, I think it's like a whole control thing. Like I was watching some, crazy shit this weekend like I usually do. And it was about this like 16-year-old girl who went missing. And then like years later, someone's like toilet got clogged and they realized it was a downstairs neighbor. So they went to the downstairs to see what's up. I think it was like 3 months later after the killing. Turns out that Buddy like was trying to like flush down her like remains through some toilet shit like that. And then and then they kind of showed the interviews of him being interrogated because he kept denying it. But eventually he talked about it. And like, I can't imagine like taking a body, like, killing the person. That's one thing. But then taking it, cutting up the body. Like he was like, I had her intestines in my hands. Like he was, because apparently she was supposed to be pregnant. And then he was like, no, you understand. I had it in my hands. She wasn't pregnant. There was nothing in there. There was, her uterus. I was like, I can't believe it. But this is like some psychotic, crazy shit. Like it's like they thrive on like knowing that they've controlled and they have completely taken over that body. Like they're like a rush there. I have no idea why. I would never want to do that. The human body is a lot of work. It is. Like if I were to cut your head off, after the show, there's so much work to do with your body. Your body's going to be so annoying. Like it's so heavy. There's so much fluids in there. It's going to start smelling soon. Like for me to hack off your arm, girl, that shit, I need to go rent some electric saw. It's going to get blood everywhere. Like it's so much work. I can't.
It's too much work to kill somebody.
It's too much. Even you, like, even me is too much. Like, can you imagine chopping off my arm?
No. But we always think about how to do it and get away with it, right? You ever think about it? Apparently, pigs are a really good way to get rid of bodies.
Oh, throw them in there to eat. I mean, I never thoroughly, completely thought about it. But I can't believe people even now go missing. Even today, of all technology we have, all DNA, all this stuff, people still go missing and they don't have any idea what happened to them. It happens every day, especially with children. Children get snatched every day. Yeah. Never seen again. Yeah. It's really scary because I feel like they might be part of the, the sex trade. And it's so scary that somebody's seeing a porn. Yeah. And it's this girl who got kidnapped, you know? Yeah. And you will never know because that's all she knows, and I don't know, it's scary.
It's so scary. Back to crimes of passion. Yeah. So anyway, moving on from Buttafuoco, the next one we had was
the football thing. I actually saw a documentary on this.
You saw the documentary on him? So Steve McNair
was a football star. He had a wife and kids, and then he started having an affair with that girl. And he would give her money. He got her a house. He like rented out like an apartment for her and everything. Like he really took care of her. But then he started seeing like somebody else and her. So one day she like lured him to the house that he was renting for her. He was just sleeping there, and then she killed him, and she killed herself.
But there's a lot of murder suicide.
Yeah, but he was like, I don't know the dynamics between them, but he got her a rental house. I mean, like, it wasn't like she was in the streets or anything, but he was kind of taking care of her. But
yeah, obviously the people are unwell if they're getting to this point of, it's bizarre. That's super bizarre. Yeah. Before we get back into crime of passion, I wanted to originally, when I thought about this, I was like, famous people that died during sex. I was like, let's look this up.
Oh, did you look it up?
I looked it up, and like almost nobody's like actually famous or current. Like, I don't know if they're just not documented. I think like there should be a lot more than what there are. but the most recent one was like one of the Roosevelts, I think.
Oh, it is.
You don't know Roosevelts?
Maybe I do, but who
Roosevelt's
are they?
like built the whole country and whatever. They're
The
like,
presidents. Oh, I thought you meant like a music band called the Roosevelts.
no. Okay, so maybe was it Roosevelt or was it because now that you say that, he was a vice president. He was under Ford. So I think it was I don't have it up here anymore. But either way, one of those people, because it was like a person that like they ended up dying in one of their like estates and hotel, like one of those old rich money families, and kind of all the people that had died during sex were people like that, but like in England and whatever, it all was like old money fame. So I don't know if like they're just not documenting the recent people that are dying during sex, and they just did it back then. And those were the only people that were famous because we didn't have televisions. We didn't have anything. So like the only people that were famous were people who had money. But anyway, he died
while having intercourse
with his 25-year-old mistress, who I think was like a house cleaner. And then he like gave her a raise or whatever and actually got her into like the White House administration kind of thing. And they originally said that he died of like a heart attack thing, but it was like later came out that he was like with her, like doing the dirty. They tried to say that he died like in office, and they're like, he died doing what he loved, doing what he loved, work. And then it was like later, it was like, no, he died really doing what he loved, fucking a 25-year-old.
She was 25.
Yeah, she was 25.
I wonder what made. I don't know if it was the Viagra he might have to have taken to make his dick hard, or could have been just the thrill of like fucking some 25-year-old pussy again. Like how old was he? He was in his 80s.
He wasn't in his 80s, but
70s?
he was. Yeah, he was probably in his like 60s, 70s. But like back then, like people didn't live past really 80.
Really?
So yeah, I think people just start. I think like. Yeah, because people were retiring at 50 back then because people weren't living that long. Life was harder. Life was harder back then. Like they had, they had more war that like regular everyone was fighting in. Doesn't matter what category you were in.
The food was different. I mean, nowadays we know how bad it was.
Different. Our food's not great, but the
it was worse back then.
But right now we're talking about a wealthy person. So their food wasn't bad. I think it has to do with like medicine and knowledge. Because like, okay, sure, like believe in vaccines or not believe in vaccines. There was like polio and things that like we do need those vaccines and stuff now. And they didn't have them back then. But we just didn't know as much. They used to do crazy things to try to heal people that actually hurt people more than healed them. And I just think that, like conditions were not as good. People weren't as hygienic. People, didn't just, life was a little rougher. Yeah. But anyway, I want to really find out who the hell is dying banging, because I feel like people should be.
I'll definitely research. I love researching things, so I'll definitely look into that because that's an interesting way to die. I think what we talked about this before about dying while someone's dying on you.
Would you rather die while having? We talked about it with Mars. Would you rather die during sex or have someone die while having sex with you? And I said, I think I'd rather have someone die having sex with me, because I can handle it, versus
the other way around.
Having to like somebody have to see me dead and like in that way. It's too much.
It just sucks. It's crazy that we're all gonna die eventually. Like I forget that. I think that's gonna go on and on forever. But there's gonna be a day where I'm gonna die. I mean,
I don't forget it, but like there's times where I care more. There's times where I'm kind of like, whatever, I'm living life, I'm doing what I love. Like, if it ends tomorrow, it's great. And then there's other times where I'm like, ooh, I really don't want this to
happen right now.
Like, I wanna keep going. I'm not done here. All right, next person. Fuck Canada. Who cares about a boxer? Did you like the Lisa Nowak?
Yeah, she's an astronaut who like freaked out. She like drove from Houston to Orlando on like a rage drive. To, I guess, because her husband was, I guess, cheating on her, or some guy was cheating on her. And she, while she was driving over there, she like basically grabbed a trench coat and all this shit to try to kill her. And I don't know. This guy's like followed shipment to her car and sprayed her with chemicals. She was caught and arrested. So I guess she didn't kill her, but attempted to.
She was trying to kill the hussy, the mistress.
Yes, I can relate to this.
Yeah.
I can relate to like just having like a fucking freak out and drive all the way to wherever I need to drive, grab my shit and just to fucking piss, just to get in her face and just throw some chemical.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah,
I can see me doing this shit. I don't want to do this, but I can relate.
Yeah. What would you do to somebody? Like what do you think? Like that kind of retaliation? Like what? And would you attack the mistress or would you attack the man?
Honestly, like, I mean, now that I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit different now. I think that her frontal lobe, something was going on there with her, because maybe in space, she maybe didn't get enough oxygen or something, because she really freaked the fuck out.
Well, just because she's an astronaut doesn't mean she went to space. A lot of people are like working at NASA and things like that, and they don't actually go up. Right. They're just like preparing.
I just think it's crazy that she just, I understand where she's coming from, because I've been in those rages before, but I think now it's like, if you want to do all that, like, like, I don't know. It's a hard question, because I have to really put myself in a situation where it's like, what if I really got fucked over by this guy and he really was making it seem like nothing was going on?
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I think I would be mad at both of them, but I wouldn't want to just leave and then let them have an amazing life. I'd probably want somebody to suffer, maybe both of them.
See, I would want to, it's like, I wish I asked us this and we had more time to think about it, because I feel like, yeah, there's a side of me to take the high road, like they're lost, whatever, let them have each other and then hurt each other later, because that's how that's probably going to end.
Well, depending on the money situation, to be honest. Like if they like...
Back to the money.
Yeah, because listen, if we were all like living now, like just living paycheck to paycheck, 9 to 5, I'd be like, okay, bitch, go and do that. But if the man had money, the woman, if someone had money in the situation and they were going to be better off, I would be pissed. That would make me kind of like freak out a little bit, because then I'd be like, like annoyed that like their life would be so much, because when you have money, like you really have no problems if you really think about it. So yeah, if there was like money involved, I'd be pissed.
A lot of people still have problems no matter what, but it makes life easier for sure. Money. I feel like I would want to do something where it didn't get back to me. Like I would want to mess up their life, and probably both of them. But like doing in like kind of like some like cyber public way where it's like, oh, now like not nudes getting leaked, but like just weird random like, oh, you're gonna lose your job over this, you're gonna lose your family over this, like you're gonna like look really bad in the public, but no one's gonna know this came from me.
Yeah, I want them to lose their house. I want them to like, if they're living lavishly, I want them to be like poor, like no money, go back to working a job. Like that'll make me feel better. Because if somebody's well off and it's like now I need to go back to work and I'm in a worse situation, I'll be pissed. I'll be very pissed. That's annoying,
Yeah. I don't know. So I say all this shit because that's like the fantasy of it all.
Yeah.
But then when I really think about it, I'm like, if someone's going to go and just like leave me for somebody else, I'm going to probably be like, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
You really didn't want to be with me.
Yeah.
And you want to be with them? Go.
Yeah, go be with them. That'll be my first kind of like, all right. But the whole having an affair, like keeping it behind my back is so annoying. Just be honest, like, well, why the affair?
I feel like if it like get to the rage or passion would mean like it's such a betrayal. It means like, all right, this is like both people are probably close to me.
Yeah.
So it's like a best friend, a family member is now doing this like secretive thing intentionally to hurt me, at that point, if you're getting me that pissed off. And then like I'm blowing up their life.
Yeah, I'd have to. Like she really freaked out.
And then poor Marvin Gaye, his dad killed him, which
I never knew that.
Really?
It's common knowledge? I didn't know.
Yeah.
No,
yeah. It's so sad because it's like, and it's crazy too, because when you listen to like all of his songs are so soulful and heartfelt and beautiful.
Look,
and then
sentenced to 5 years of probation only for killing his son.
Times were different. Times were a little different. I mean, if I remember correctly, I also think there was like substances involved and stuff, and probably to a certain extent, it was a little
Well, it's
bit
on your
like.
birthday, April 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're born a little later in that year, but.
Mm-hmm. So there was I think it could have even been a podcast that talked about like famous people and how they died, or just crimes of famous people. And I remember them retelling this story, and I believe it happened in like a brothel motel-ish place. Like there was some other stuff going on when this went down, and I do believe his dad was like a drug addict kind of dude. So
that sucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It sucks because sometimes people want to do the right thing. Like people want, oh, he's my dad. I can't just, get him out of my life, And it sucks because you're trying to be a good person, but then that person that you should have maybe like get away from killed you. It's just so annoying. And I feel that happens a lot in families. Maybe they don't physically kill you, but they're killing you in different ways,
Families can be definitely the detriment to a person and just make you. It's so much healing that we need from our families.
But sometimes you gotta stay. Sometimes you just can't do anything. You gotta get away. Yeah. You gotta just like stay away from them because they'll make your life worse.
I respect that. I've met not too many, but I've met a handful of people in my life that just don't talk to their families. I'm always like, wow, that sounds so refreshing. That sounds so but I could never, because it's like as much as my family has their issues, like. Mm-hmm. It's ingrained in me that it's like they're your family, you love them, and even if you don't relate to them as much, or they're not the same style of person, or your values might be different. Like up to me, I'm like, it's your family.
Well, look at this. Look at Britney Spears and her family. What they did to her. I listened to her entire book, and the book she read for herself. Yeah, her family just basically like just put her in this conservatorship and just was using her money, and then they don't really care about her that much. And it's like these people were toxic to her. Like she really can't even relate to them anymore. So.
Yeah.
Or like, things are cool because, us people, we're living like in our little world, But imagine if like tomorrow you became like super famous, super rich, and you had all this money, all this attention. Then shit gets annoying because then all of a sudden your family, I mean, I don't know about your specific family, but then what if you have people out of nowhere? Oh, hey, Abby, I haven't talked to you in forever, but, money.
Well, I think that happens to everybody. Yeah. But I think a lot of the people that are like that are probably not even the closest to you. It's just like random ass people that come out of nowhere.
It's crazy. I could never.
Because I think the people that are closest with you, you kind of do want to share it with. You know what I mean? But yeah, TikTok, I can't really go on TikTok anymore because
why?
Because I don't know what's going on with my algorithm, but it keeps showing me like 911 calls going wrong and so many parents killing their kids and just like terrible, horrible parts
your
of humanity.
For You page?
Yeah, because TikTok just like, it's like your friends and everybody. It just shows you everything. Yeah. It's not just the people you follow.
Yeah.
And I probably like something once because if I watch something, I just like it for the most part. I'm just trying to be supportive and get interaction going. But I had, and sometimes the 911 calls are like a good thing. It's like you're like, wow, they saved this person. This is beautiful. This is good. But there's often like they're showing the calls of like the operator like there was a woman who drowned in her car. And she's calling 911. She's like, please, please, please. The water's getting higher and higher, and I can't get out.
Scary.
And the 911 operator is just like, you need to calm down, miss. You like just talking to her really aggressive, and the woman died while like on the phone with 911 because this woman was a total.
Damn, you let me look through your TikTok, and I'll just get you back to kittens and like fun stuff because like my TikTok is scary, but also there's some kittens in that.
I mean, I do have some nice animal stuff.
I just want to open up TikTok for 1 second and see what pops up. Oh, some lady draining her ear. This is
disgusting.
This is very on brand for me. Okay. Right. Oh, I want to see this actually. Wait. Okay. Damn.
All right. When I open up my TikTok.
Wait. Oh my God. There might be a bug coming out of it. Oh, it's gonna be a gigantic cockroach coming out of it or something.
Makeup hack that looks like she got beat up.
What the fuck, Abby?
My shit is messed up. How much do I trust this video? I don't trust it. Get out of here.
I want something to come out.
What's happening?
Nothing came out. I wanted to see like a cockroach or ew, look.
All right, now we're just on our
Oh
phones.
my God. See, I want to get this done to myself. Look at all this shit that came out
This
our
is
ear.
disgusting.
I'm about to throw
I
up.
just cannot.
Look, it's us.
Oh, we're on there. Thank God. Something positive.
All right.
But also maybe because of Grimm Gals, maybe I'm getting a lot of this death stuff on there because of maybe I'm asking for it. Remember in the first season, I was like, I feel like I'm welcoming death in.
You did. And I was like, oh no, because a bunch of stuff happened to you around that time. Yeah.
So now I'm definitely welcoming it into the algorithm. Because you say anything in your phone and all of a sudden, like I'm shopping for cars and I don't mind it now because they're showing me all these cars. And I'm like, it's helpful. But then there's other times where I'm like, stop listening, you
sons of bitches.
Yeah.
I love your hair. I just want to like touch it.
Yeah.
It looks so like buttery. I love it.
Buttery. I put mousse. Do you know mousse?
Yes, but it looks so fluffy and soft.
I don't know why it looks fluffy.
It looks nice.
I mean, this is definitely crunchy because I put mousse in it.
It doesn't look crunchy from over here though.
Cool. I was trying to go for like the wet look, like you just came in my.
It's perfect.
Hair.
No, it's perfect. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I like the bangs. Oh, we can just have compliments session. We'll have the last few minutes of compliments. What do you think is a crime that shouldn't be?
A crime that shouldn't be? I don't know. It's a hard one.
I don't think drugs should be illegal.
Yeah, me neither. I feel like drugs should be something that people can go and get like over the counter or like.
I don't know if they would abuse it as much if they were just able to do. I mean, obviously, I don't think you should be impaired operating vehicles and machinery and stuff like that. Sure, like that should be illegal. But I feel like if you're gonna do drugs, I don't know. I just feel like anything, when you make it illegal, people take it too far. And I think that as long as you have, also they would be safer. They wouldn't be cutting it up with so many things.
Right. We'll make more tax money off of it. So
also, people would know how to use them more. It's like they wouldn't overdose as much because it's like, okay, the dosage is on the label now. Right. This is how much heroin you take to have bliss versus eternal bliss.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. That's been an argument going on for a very long time, how people feel like certain drugs should be legal because it would actually help out so much, because there's some people who are just addicted to shit, and it just happens. So why aren't we like working against it, work with them? There's a lot of criticism around that kind of stuff, but I agree with it. Plus, I love to tax it too, because that way it'll create a whole like new thing of taxes, which brings me to my next question. What is the government doing with all the weed money that they're taxing? What's going on with that? Are they... I'm mad about that. There's so much tax money influxing because of the weed, the new marijuana industry.
So here's the thing, and I'm not like super up to date on politics, so this is all just me going off of the little bits of information I know and just trying to make sense of it. But one thing I'll say is during the pandemic, we printed money like crazy. Even before the pandemic, we were printing money like crazy. Yeah. Which means that we're broke. America's broke. And then on top of it, we gave away a bunch of money because people needed money. So, and then now I also know there's a ton of people not even paying their taxes. So we're just in a hole. And I don't even see how we're going to be able to get out of it. It doesn't matter who comes in office. We're in a hole. And until we have like new industry and people do start paying taxes, which is, maybe make it. But I think that we need to have a better system in place, because I know when I did, the less money I made, the more taxes I had to pay, which was wild. And I'm like, that's not fair. That makes 0 sense. And it should just be like, this is a flat out kind of like everyone pays this much based off of, do you have a car? Do you live in this area code? Do you have you should just have this much, and maybe make it like a little payment plan thing that you're not paying it a chunk all at once, but you just pay a little bit along the way. And it goes, and you know where it's going.
Yes,
people
that
would
is what I want to know.
Very different if they know specifically this is going towards keeping the roads paved, keeping,
the public schools,
transportation, schools, like whatever. It's frustrating sometimes as a single woman who's not having kids, that I'm like, okay, like a lot of tax money does go towards
the schools,
the youths and stuff, but at the same time, we need the youth for the future. So I always think of it like that. Okay, I might not be having kids, but those kids are going to become doctors and mechanics and things that like I'm going to need when I get older.
I want taxes to go to the whole to healthcare. Like I don't know why we have privatized healthcare, which healthcare makes shit so insurance makes everything so complicated. Like why? Like I mean, I feel like it'd be great if we just had access to like just a dermatologist, a gynecologist, a psychologist, like normal things, like so we all can at least have our health. I mean, that's like the minimum I would enjoy to have without it being so complicated.
Yeah.
That's like my number one, and of course infrastructure and all that stuff is great, but I don't know. It sucks. Like why is everything so like vague and with smokes and mirrors? Like why can't it just be like laid out? Burning Man, you know about Burning Man? Burning Man, from what I understand, every year Burning Man, when they do their taxes or whatever, they tell you everything they do with all the money they make from that festival. It's all written out, like it's public information. You can go and see, which that's amazing. Why can't the government do that? Why can't the government show us, hey, of all the tax money we got from Florida, this is where every single dollar went. This is the salaries we're paying the people. This, and this. Why?
So I think you can look up a lot. You can definitely look up salaries. You can definitely look up where budgets, like the different budgets, but it's so much information.
So much information. I want it to be more easy accessible, more public. Why aren't we talking about that on the news? Why is the news telling us, hey, and today we just got the new summary budget of the government and this is what it is, because from what I understand, there's some people getting massive salaries out there and they're like 80 and it's like, why are you still in office? Like, why you're 80, get out of here. Like you live in a whole different world. Like you need to bring new people that are living in the new world.
Yeah.
Which also makes me annoyed because a lot of people that are there, they just want to be there because they just, they don't want to retire. It's all selfish.
Yeah.
It's like we're supposed to be doing things for the greater good,
Well,
we can go on and on with that
people
shit,
are selfish, and it's kind of like anything. The more time you've lived on in the world, you do see patterns. You see, because like I'll have like I was hanging out with my friend's daughter a couple weekends ago. She's 13, about to be 14. She wants to get a summer job. So we're talking about options of summer jobs. And she was just talking about, I was like, maybe you can do chores around the house and make some money. She's like, I already do chores around the house. And I was like, okay, so there's certain things as you grow up, you're going to have to do. Whether you want to do it or not, it's part of your mother raising you to be an adult, to be a good person, to how to take care of yourself, how to take care of home. You're going to have to do that anyway, because in life, you're going to have to do that. But there could be bonus chores where you're going above and beyond. And those are the things you can make money off of if you do those things. So after you do all the household chores that you have to do normally, because you need to learn certain things, but having that in that, she couldn't wrap her head around it. She was just kind of like, I already do chores. Why do I have to do this stuff? Like, it's not fair. I do it every day. And I'm like, oh, sweetie.
That's the rest of your life.
Your rest of your life is every day. You're going to have to do stuff you don't want to do. And it's like trying to explain that to a child, they're not going to get it because they don't have the life experience. So I feel like that's how the 80-year-olds look at anyone before. It's like, you don't have the life experience. We have all this time. So there is purpose of older people being in office because they have seen a lot of things and they know history and they know what things have worked in the past that new people won't know. And they'll think, oh, have you tried this? And it's like, yeah, this administration did try that. Total fail, total bomb. Yeah. But that's where the blend needs to happen, that you need all the generations coming together and all the parties coming together, because in the end, this is why I don't get all heated about politics, is that everyone's going to vote for what serves them. And you can't blame them for going and supporting what's going to do best for them. Even if that seems unfair to maybe the grand scheme of things, we're all trying to survive and live the best life we can. So you can't really get mad at them if they're going to vote for a party that is going to make their life easier.
Yeah.
Now,
why not make everyone's life easier?
Is like, how do we make it a balance between like,
compromise.
Okay, you worked hard, you earned good money because you worked hard, you got here, you invested in yourself, and like, so you shouldn't be penalized for that either, just because you make more money and all this stuff, but you worked hard to get there. However, if you're struggling because maybe you didn't have the best support system, you didn't have the best education, and you just have a job that is just like there's no way to get you above a certain bracket, you also shouldn't be penalized. But it's like, how do we just measure it all so that it's fair and balanced for each type of human in existence? And it is a lot of work to do that, but I feel like it's not impossible. But the problem is that we're all having these conversations that are focused on just America and just our population, when a lot of times the government isn't even thinking about us. They're thinking about international affairs, because that's really where we're making any sort of money, any sort of deals, any sort of power. And so they don't really care about the people, because they're like, we're trying to get oil, we're trying to get land, we're trying to get power. We're trying to dominate these other things, you know.
Well, I think there's like layers of people who worry about that. You know, there's a group of people who worry about international relations. There's another group of people that worry about us. There's another layer of people that worry about the kids. So it's just like everyone has like a job.
Yeah, but at the top level, like when you're talking about where do the taxes go, where's the money going? Like we gave a lot of money to Ukraine. We're giving a lot of money to war. You know, like we're doing a lot of stuff that our tax people's money that is going there. So it's like. Yes, there are people that should be focusing on what's happening for the civilians and Americans, you know, like that's their job, but they can only get so far doing their job because they only have so much money to work with and budgets Well,
I wanted to mention one thing about how you said that we are in debt. There's actually been once or maybe twice in history where the banks, the internet, the banks that rule us have decided to just kind of like give us a reset. It happened a couple times. And they basically took the debt and they were like, okay, as of right now, the debt is gone. It's like almost like we filed bankruptcy and we started over again.
Yeah. But at the same time, even though you do start over again, you're bankrupt, we're still fucking bankrupt. You know what I mean? We open those vaults, like the gold's not there, you know? It's just.
Yeah. We're in a whole, we're working off magician shit.
But I think everybody is. And I don't think there's a lot.
We're playing a huge game.
I don't think there's a lot of countries that are also just thriving right now because we're running out of resources. We're fighting each other. We're all gluttons. We're all.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people on the earth. You know, there was a time where there was only like 1,200 people walking around, apparently. Like, I think 70,000 years ago, there was this volcano that burst. And it was like a huge volcano that caused like an extended cold period. And it's estimated that during that time, almost the entire, like 90% of the human population at that time died off. And only like 1,200 like humans, like, you know, our species was left.
I feel like we need another cold front. We need to kill some people off.
I mean, yeah, the pandemic happened, which killed some
people
off. Not enough, right? Thank you. I know. I don't know how we're doing it. I don't know how we're so many fucking people right now. It's kind of scary.
I know. When everyone's like, everyone stay inside. Help the elderly. I'm like, no, bitches. Especially lick the elderly.
Right?
Let's get them out of here.
And even now where everybody matters. Like, you know, now even the kids that are all like just, you know, born all fucked up and deformed. Oh, they still matter. Let's put all this resource into it.
Oh
just
my God,
let them die.
We are going to get canceled so hard. We're like, listen, if you have a disability, we're killing you.
I mean, that's how it was, you know.
We're going to have a martyr program for, all the disabled. This has been Grimm Gals
Bonus!
Boom, boom, boom. We got devilish. We got deadly. We got political.